Alright, so today I am continuing my replay of the Metroid Prime Trilogy. Of course, we are still on Metroid Prime, period. It's always weird. My instinct is to call it Metroid Prime 1, and that's not what it's called, but you know, the first Metroid Prime game. Ended off last time getting the gravity suit, made quite a bit of progress, and today the goal is to head to, or I guess further into the depths of Talon Vor. I think this is the elevator I want to take. I am pretty sure. And if it's not, then off to a good start, I guess. Now it looks like it's too dark in here a little bit. But yeah, we gotta go to the crashed frigate, which I believe is not here. Wow. You know, it would make sense for the elevator I needed to be at to be the one connected to the save room, but for whatever reason I thought... I just always get these elevators mixed up for some reason. Doesn't matter how many times I play this game. Maybe I'll remember it for next time. Alright. So yeah, since we have the gravity suit, we can head underwater and not get not slowly make our way over there and then just get an E-tank as consolation, as my previous playthroughs have. Well, at least one of my previous playthroughs has gone that way. Oh well. Alright. Yeah, there's an ice store down here. There is a missile tank I can get, but I would rather get that on my way out. Just because it can prove tricky to get over here. Yeah, just ignore these guys. What am I looking at here? Lit. Alright. Yeah, so we have this, and then there are, you know, going to be other upgrades we get in existing areas, but of course, it'll be likely that we'll head to the Phazon Mines today. At least, partially. I don't know that we'll necessarily defeat the Omega Pirate. Maybe I'll get that far. Who knows? It's just loading, or... Ah, yeah. That's right. Okay. Still kind of getting used to the controls. I did not remap anything from last time, although I think I probably could stand to remap some stuff. Maybe. It feels pretty comfortable for now. Oh, right, we have to activate the power conduits to open this door. So go to thermal. Oops, didn't have my missiles locked on here. It's usually 3s, right? For this kind of thing. Guess I could just have a look around in case there is an extra one. Let's take those missiles. We take those, not quite. Okay. Gotta get my bearings. Oh, missing one more. I see. Am I gonna spend way too much time on finding this last switch? The answer is probably. I hit this one already. Got that one. There's a quicker way up. Is it like close to the door? Sometimes they do that. Oh yeah, it was literally right there. Okay. My Nintendo instincts were kicking in. I was like, wait. There's usually one by the door. This kind of shit. No power, too near. Also, I probably could have read the number of conduits that it said. I'm assuming this is a save room. Yep. I'll take it just in case of a potential, like, random crash, which shouldn't happen, but, you know, just in case. You'll probably be able to see the onset of the coffee slowly kicking in. Am I supposed to break this, though? A concussive blast. So, super missile. Nice. Another E-tank. Always a good find. And now my favorite part. My favorite part of the game. Trying to platform up this awkward incline. It's actually not that bad, but there are power conduits to hit. I did remember. Thankfully I did remember before I missed any, hopefully. But good lord, is this a trip. It's very disorienting. Okay. What the? I thought I shot this one. What the fuck? Maybe it's just the one? I find that hard to believe, but... Okay, so, okay, there were two of them. This is getting out of hand. Yeah, and for... I already established that I'm tired, so, like, forgive me if the commentary is not on point, but also, I'm just vibing. Just vibing, man. It's just me. I'm just vibing at all times. Vibes aren't always good, but vibing to some capacity. Yeah, vibes are mostly good these days. Come on now. For personally speaking. And that's what's most important, right? You know, as much as we might lament the state of the world in certain ways, it's like you need to live your life still, right? Honestly, like, especially so with given how things kind of are or can be. Not that you should never think about those things, but it's just more like... I feel like some people could stand to disconnect more. Nice. Death Stranding 2, should we have connected? I say that like I have played either of those games, which I have not. Not for any reason beyond... mostly the second game not being on PC, but also... I have not given the first title a fair shake in a few years. Maybe once 2 is announced for Steam, I will... do that again. What is going on with this? What's up, Space Cowboy? Oh, here we go. I feel like I should... I feel like whenever I switch over to thermal... I think I'm holding 2 for too long. And it's automatically switching me... Yeah, we don't have X-ray yet, okay. I've already established this, but I just love the visor beam switching kind of stuff. I thought didn't I just shoot that? Am I crazy? And that's what makes the final boss of this game so cool, too. Like, once again, the Prime 2 glaze will never stop. Until I'm actually playing it, probably, but... ironically enough, no. That final boss is... awesome. And Metroid Prime is also, like, the final boss of this game is also great. Kind of specifically because it's like, okay, phase 1, swap beams. Phase 2, swap visors. Kind of wish that there was a third phase that, like, had both. We have technology. Wave beam, kind of OP. Oh, he's already dead. He's already dead. Got plenty of health. damage tank this shit anyway. What am I looking for? Oh, I see. Nice. It was alright. Wednesdays are not my longest days, so it's like not... It's not too bad. I think it's Tuesdays are my longest days, and then I stayed up too late last night, so... I think I'm just very tired in response to that. Though I guess one could argue my day is not over. One could argue. Recording to logbook. Yeah, I was like, alright. Yeah, I'm kinda, I don't know. I don't want to get too ambitious with how I'm feeling about this replay. But the more I think about it, the more I'm like, I'm kind of excited to try Prime 3 again, just because there's aspects to that game and parts to that game that will be new to me. Right, and of course Prime 4 is something to look forward to, too, in that regard. I don't know what these guys are most vulnerable to, but... Wave Beam is a pretty safe bet most of the time. Yeah, I mean, the sun's already set, though. What the fuck? Oh, they're shooting me with the spines. Phase on mines, baby! It's time. Do I want to... I can unlock the gate that's up here, and I think I want to do that just in case I end up going around. It's unlikely. I know you come through this way quite a bit, but just as a precaution. My foot's falling asleep in this position. Shit. No. That like never happens to me anymore. Except for right now. Okay. To the mines. First trip to the mines. Because don't we need a double back? I need grapple beam, and you get that in the mines. Yeah. You get grapple beam in the mines, and then the thing swings out, and then you can, like, you have a little shortcut to the second half. It's coming back to me. Phase on mines is cool. I said, like, I do think Vendrana is probably the coolest area. Again, I just made that pun accidentally. Again, 2 streams in a row. But Vendrana is probably the best area, but I don't know. Phase on mines might be number 2, if not a contender for number 1, I would say. The biggest point against Phase on mines is that it's just like, it can be brutal. This area can be brutal. Not even necessarily for like the number of deaths you might have, but it's just more like it is a large area. And it's also like, at least to start, it's like not as visually distinct as I would like. These guys take 3 now? Serious? There's a save room up here. And we'll take this because yeah, this area can be quite the push. In fact, yeah, like it's like if you die here, there's really not a save room for a while. How far am I? I would say I'm halfway, probably. Barring maybe like some of the artifact quest. Because when I get grapple here, I go back for plasma, which then gives me access to the power bombs down here again, which allows me to get X-ray visor, which allows me to get most of the artifacts and etc. etc. So like, I think halfway point is probably accurate. Like, my last playthrough took me about 8 hours, and I streamed for, like, 3.5 last time. But that 8 hours was in-game time, though, and in-game time says that I played for 2.5 hours last time. So, I don't exactly know what that means, in fact. Also, I've never really tried freezing these guys, but it seems like a good plan. Oh, yeah. I need thermal. Yeah, this is where they start introducing space pirates that are weak specifically to certain beam types. But kind of in a very direct way. It's not like, well, I don't know. I kind of wish it was a little bit more dynamic of like, oh, these space pirates are faster, so you want to hold them in place with this type of beam, as opposed to just like, this space pirate is this color, therefore use that colored beam on them, right? And that's fine too. I mean, I don't mind a little match the color kind of mini game with things, right? There are action games that have done a similar thing. Was it DMC Devil May Cry, I think, is the one that has like color-coded enemies and shit. I don't know why that's the game that came to mind, but it's probably because it has that system, as far as I understand, as someone who's never touched that game. Yes, like purple guys use purple beam, right? See purple, use purple. I could be doing a better job of dodging, but I am perhaps being overconfident. Also, these guys don't respawn, I think. Or at the very least, if they do respawn, you can run past them. Like, you have to fight them once to unlock the door and stuff like that, yeah. So, like, even it... Also, you can destroy some of these, too. I always forget about that. Interesting, yeah. I'm not even necessarily saying that was, like, a good system or not. It's just more like, that's something that came to mind. And there's some other game that I'm... Shit. The good news is when you're targeting just one, you can kind of stun lock them like this. Yeah, the issue does become when there's multiple of them. And I remember my time down here too, it's like you barely get any health drops too, which is why things get dangerous very quickly. Yeah, I'm still excited for Prime 4, just for like a new Metroid Prime game. Again, it's like, I understand that people have their trepidations because of the previews and shit, but I'm just like, I don't know, I know I'm gonna enjoy it as a gameplay experience. Maybe there'll be some gameplay aspects that I'm not a big fan of, like, who knows, but... Oh yeah, and then this, you need power bombs to break this, and he has an artifact, I think. I want to say... What am I looking for? Yeah, there we go. Where? There we go. Shit. Ah, fuck. I thought there would be some way for me to break through. Let's take the health drops. I could be doing a better job of strafing. I'm just, like, not. I also did turn down the anti-aliasing a little bit, so hopefully if there is another, like, stutter, when I get another power-up, it'll be less so. Yeah, these are power beam guys, which means they go down to super missile. Because I think, correct me if I'm wrong, well, in fact, don't, because I will figure it out. There is a power-up here in one of these walls. I know we're supposed to go straight ahead. But you can also use the mining laser to do this. But I'm pretty sure super missiles are coded to kind of be... Like, they're coded to use the power beam in terms of, like, damaging the space pirates. Like, I guess I'd have to test it on the different colored space pirates if super missiles work, but that's what I remember it being like. Is this gonna fucking activate, or... Yeah, I forget which wall it's in, so... We're just gonna activate this. There it is, missile tank. Bum 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 bum. I don't remember if there's anything else in any of them. I kind of don't think so. Bum 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 bum. Oh yeah. That's usually my strat for these rooms. It's just tank the damage, even though it's... Yeah, there's pirates in here to start. This is... I like this room. It's kind of a neat thing. Oh, that kind of hit both of them. Or this one got, like, some splash damage. What the... Okay. But it was hanging from the ceiling for a second. Yeah, so... Yellow... just kind of stops up there, so we do need to rotate this. Yes. I think this is correct. Also, I didn't need to leave Morph Ball for him. Food, water, atmosphere. Except I'm not looking for those things, I have them. Got atmosphere and spades in this area, man. Even if it is just like kind of semi-generic cave right now. I can't quite... Yeah, so like... Yeah. We need to line up red. Oh no, that was... Was that was it, wasn't it? I just fucked it up. Yeah, we want it to attach there. Yeah, it's my bad. Because now we go back to the bottom and rotate the bottom part so that the red lines up. And then one more. I should be like boost balling around and shit, but don't feel like it, I guess. I see you, sneaky bastard. Nice. That requires power bombs, I want to say. 90% sure. Yeah, Bendesium. Yep. That one I do remember, specifically. This one, like, these are actually enemies we can take out, as opposed to the other. That kind of worked. Bop beep bop 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 beep bop. Oh, I always forget you take damage from these if you're too close. Still too close. Okay. Yeah, I was like, if there's more regular ones, we can just ice beam them for easy damage. But I have to fight one. This is one of the smaller guys. Yeah. Like the elites or whatever. Yeah, no, you know why I'm pretty sure that Yeah, because these guys absorb beams. And that includes super missiles. That's what I was thinking of. I'm trying to super missile my way through this. Sick. Oh, there's more? Okay. What? Oh, I see y'all. The ice guys are actually... It's like if you think stun locking the wave beam guys is easy. Nice. That's a new room. Actually, is this a save room? No. This is an elevator down. I think, isn't that the elevator that leads down to like the exit from the Omega Pirate fight? I think that's correct. So I don't actually think I'm supposed to go that way. Motherfucker, this beam is so slow. They get a slight charge, there we go. Poorly handled interaction by me. Usually I'm in much worse shape by this point, though. Alright. Ice. Bingo. Okay. Ah, yes. Okay, so we're almost at power bombs. This is gonna fill with poison. Yeah. I think there's a way to deactivate it, though. But we need the power bombs, that's what it is. Yeah. Shit. What? Get murked. That was... wow, they died really quick. Super missile might be a little overkill, but I'd rather just get rid of these guys in one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow this opportunity. Blah, 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 etc., etc. Okay. This unlocks this. That's just the way down. I'm gonna go this way. Yeah, I think this is correct. That guy doesn't break out until we come back through, I want to say. And this is power bomb. Not Guardian, but it's like the sentry drone shit. Don't know what it's weakest to, but I think you need thermal to see it. Yeah. At least I think so. Yeah, this is classified as like a boss, by the way. In some form or another. And it's just like, okay. There's power bombs. Have to WASD our way to victory. And we can't use the save room just yet. So I do need to be careful, because these electric things, I think, deal quite a bit of damage. Speedrunning this shit must be kind of crazy. Because of how fucking unwieldy. Oh my god. Oh right, and then you do this to nullify some of the electrical gates. Motherfucker. Alright. Yeah, I do need to push forward until I get grapple. I don't know why I did that. Is this a save room over here? I thought one of these was a save room, but maybe I'm misremembering. No, I was right. Okay. Yeah, we take that. Get the grapple beam, go back, and then probably... Yeah, because this will circle us back to the entrance with a shortcut. Although I guess I didn't mess around with the crane at all, but we can do that after I get out, because I think there's a missile tank I can get from there. And this is the thing, like, there is backtracking in this game, but I feel like more often than not... Okay, that's just the way back, I see. More often than not, if you just keep pressing forward, there will eventually be a point where it loops back. Is what I'm discovering. Also, there is a morph ball thing we can go into to avoid this shit, and I wonder... Oh, okay. I thought that might work, but no. We can deactivate them though. That's what it was. Beautiful. Yeah, and I figure when we go get Plasma Beam, I'm probably going to go out of my way to get some artifacts now. Get some missiles. These look like regular space pirates. Oh, fully charged ice just kills them? Oh. You love to see it. Yeah, because I need X-ray to get through here. Oh wait, maybe I do need to backtrack? No, there must be... No, you go back to the tower room, that's what it is. In fact, there's probably a way to deactivate this now. Maybe not, actually? Hold on. Yeah, I'm kind of... I know we're not supposed to be here now anyway, I need X-ray to get through, but... I think you go back to the... That's what it is, and you can unleash the Metroids on the space pirates. I'm just gonna leave. Because I think that's correct. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's correct. Now that we have power bombs, we can break that debris. That allows me to activate the third tier of that pillar room. And also disable the... Oh, my... Can you lock on to, like, the right target? God damn it. Also, when I go to charge, just for those who haven't played this game, when you go to charge after firing a charge shot, it automatically fires a pea shooter. I'm not, like, intentionally doing that. And in fact, I think normally, doesn't it fire 3 shots of the power beam? Or something like that as you go to hold it? I don't know. It just always fires an extra shot. That's just how it was programmed or some shit. Oh my... I hit the freaking ceiling thing. Yeah, so we back up. Back up to the pillar room. I don't think I was supposed to press further. Because I think that's the room... Oh my fucking god. Now, I'm pretty sure, I'm like 99% sure that that is the room where there's just phase on the bottom. And, what's it called? You have to have X-ray visor to, like, see the platforms. There we go. Right, and then... Okay, this is what I was thinking of, yeah. So something changed, which is always a good sign. Can I just ignore you? Are the doors unlocked? No. Okay. Well, it was worth a shot. Okay, that was like the slowest wave I've ever seen in my goddamn life. Jumped too early somehow. Oh yeah, there is this door. I don't remember what this is. It's map data. We'll take it. We'll take it. I don't think I necessarily need it, but it might prove useful just for seeing where I haven't been. But I like feel like I know what I'm doing though, more or less. Says the guy who took the wrong elevator at the very start. I figured it out though. I knew it was one of two options. Flipped a coin, landed on the wrong side, oh well. Move on to the next one, right? Yeah, and then I scan something in here, right? Yeah. Which activates the fans, which blows the poison gas out of here, and then... Or, yeah, okay. And we get an E-tank as consolation. Gotta love a consolation E-tank. Bum 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 bum. Am I just... I think there are... It's either 8 or 10 in this game for E-tanks, I think. I think I have most of them. Maybe it's 12? But it's not like a full... I'm gonna Google it real quick, just so I can find out. Metroid Prime E-tanks. Do you have the number? Energy tank 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9. Okay, there are... Okay, never mind. There are 14. I was incredibly wrong, but it's okay. I'm human. It's okay to be wrong sometimes. Occasionally. Just try to be, you know... I don't know what I'm saying. It's like, when did it suddenly become not okay to be to be wrong. Is it because social media skews the perception of how people actually are? Oh no, never. It could never be such a thing. So, I don't think I want to take that elevator. I want to go back to the pillar room, which... Oh no, wait, yeah, it's the upward elevator. This elevator leads... This is like a phase-on room. Maybe there's some collectibles I can get, maybe. But this is Omega Pirate, and you take this out anyway, so I'm not even going to bother going up there. Or down there. So we take this wave beam door. That's the wave. Yeah. We'll do some good old-fashioned exploration once we get out of here. Again, get some of the, In fact, can't I get all of the artifacts except for the one that is down here? Well, actually, I probably need X-ray for some of them, but that's also in a room. X-ray is in a room where there is an artifact also, so our progress will just accelerate basically from this point on. Oh, and there's Metroids in here. Great. Oh, that was pretty sick. Yeah, so there's the grapple point. So grapple beam is in this room. I just need to connect the yellow tubes. And I think that is the direction that I want them in. Let me just confirm this. Yes. So now we can do the middle. Dude is dodging. Dude is dodging like crazy, man. Holy crap. Perspective. Yes, we line that up with the top. Oh, motherfucker. Okay. Pretty sure that is correct. Oh wait, power bombs. Get murked. Yep, grapple. Hell yeah. I think you're right. I think in the Battle Network games, LAN is kind of specifically an official net battler in 2 and 3, because like you go through the license exams and stuff like that there, whereas it's, yeah, that's like not as much of a thing, if at all a thing. Like they might somewhat recognize his accomplishments. Like I think in 5, part of Barrel's reasoning for recruiting LAN is because of his past experience. Seems like Spring Ball doesn't take me as high as I need to go here. Cool. and then... I need Ice Beam here. Just as long as they sit still, I can one-shot them with a fully charged ice. Beautiful. Cool. These missiles. There is... Yeah, there's like a missile tank or something up here, which I might as well just get. Oops. Requires power. Okay. But yeah, like the Battle Network stories, it's like in 2 and 3... like Land's kind of going through this official stuff, and then there's stuff that's happening like as he's like the plot, if it was unimpeded by Gospel or World 3, would just be Land going and becoming an official net battler, basically. Whereas in 4, 5, and 6, it's like more focused on the threat, like the ongoing threat, I guess, from the start. That is, where that kind of develops a little bit more naturally in 2 and 3, I guess. Well, I don't know. 6 is they all have their incidental arcs that seem unrelated and all of that. Okay, I have grapple, so I can go get plasma, which I think I actually need. I mean, I definitely need it at some point, so I should head back. And I think I'll just take a look at the map and sort of like clean up things as I go. Like grab artifacts as I kind of progress towards Plasma Beam and then X-Ray Visor and so on. Although I think it's going to end up being X-Ray first. Actually, maybe... maybe. Isn't that this room? Producer X-Ray is, like, very close to here. Yeah. Yeah, and you need X-Ray to get up to that door. But we can power bomb. We can power bomb this rock that's up here. Boom boom bottom boom 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 bottom boom. Running a little low on power bombs, in fact, but I think it'll be okay. No, that was almost so clean. X-ray. See what I mean about progress kind of accelerating? We can get an artifact here. There's something in that previous room that I can use X-ray to access. There we go. But I think... Don't I have to powerbomb my way through these, though? Yeah. And is this a regular... Yeah, okay, it's just a regular bomb for this one. Artifact, and then I think I have to fight these ghosts that spawn in. Unfortunately. Bum 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 bum. Ba 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 ba. How many of these do I have? Artifacts. That's the wrong button. So I have 4 out of 12. Yeah, I know there's 2 in Phazon Mines. Maybe more, but I know for a fact there's one where you fight like the elite guy. You need power bumps to break open, I think. And then there's the one in like the Phazon tunnel after, or like just before Omega Pirate. That you like kinda need Phazon suit to get. Maybe if you have enough E-tanks you don't need it, but it's definitely helpful. Yeah, because you kind of have to like go, yeah. Probably get Phazon suit first. Doesn't make sense to try to go down there. Ghosts spawn in here as I'm jumping across a chasm, so hopefully I don't have to do that platforming again. Okay, yeah, thankfully not. Motherfucker. What? Can you not? I literally had a charge, and you fucked up my shit. Stop it. Yeah. I think making liberal use of super missiles is kind of the play in this game. Oh, there's one more. Where is he? I'm just gonna make my way towards the exit. I feel a sneeze. Hold up. Nice. Where are you? I don't want to have to do this platforming again. Just spawn somewhere close to me, please. Wait a second. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. And that's certainly why the... Oh, give me that power bomb, though. Oh, it definitely doesn't absorb from here. God damn it. Yeah. That's kind of worth it, though, unfortunately. I don't think... Wait a second. First of all, give me that other power bomb, and second of all... Can I stand on this? Oh, it's not quite enough, damn. Okay. all of that trying to avoid redoing the platforming, and then I just end up having to do it again anyway. Because the last thing I want to do is like go to one of these next places where I need a power bomb, and then I don't have any. I'm out of ammo. Imagine the ghosts respawn again. You know what happened the last time I streamed this game, at least, a few years ago, was I think I came here but like forgot or didn't realize there was an artifact here, and so I came back and had to fight the ghosts again for like no reason. Or an avoidable reason, I should say. Yeah, there it is. What? Yeah, it's just a missile tank, but it's like on the way, so it's not even like I had to go out of my way for that, really. Okay, is this my only way out through here? No, I can take the hydro access tunnel. Oh, that's just, I don't want to go back through the drowned frigate. I don't think there's anything, I don't think there's any artifacts in here, I want to say. I want to say that. I don't know if that's entirely true, but yeah, I want it to be. So, take this elevator back. Eventually we'll make our way to Magmore to get plasma. Now that we have a grapple. But I want to see if there's anything in Chozo that we can do. Reflecting pool, no. Hall of the... Oh, no, we don't have plasma yet. So Hall of the Elders, not yet. There's an ice beam door here, but I don't know what this leads to. That would be important. I think... Like, we got the Sun Chamber one already. Magma pool. I think this just leads to the wave beam combo. Or one of the beam combos. Which, like, I guess I could get, but I think what I want to do is I want to go back to Talon. I need plasma for Root Cave. I want to go to Magmore and just get plasma now, so that way I know no doors block me. In which case, the fastest way to do that, so we take the Talon elevator and then we take Magmore Caverns East. I think that's correct. Yeah, and we just won't go to the Drowned Frigate. We'll grab that missile tank that's on the way back to the ship. And kind of do that, and I don't know, I guess I could make a pit stop at the artifact area just to get the info for the rest of them, but I feel like I know where these are, though. If I look at the map and I think about it, I think I'll remember. It's like I'm not too concerned about it. Yeah, if you uncurl like close enough to an obstacle that's like behind you, it skips the animation, which is kind of nice. Too slow. Cool. Hey, give me this, I'm gonna jump from, like, here. We take those. Okay, what's the fastest way to Magmore? Magmore Caverns East. And this is like... Oh yeah, there's something over here too. I think this is another path to Phazon Mines, I want to say, but don't quote me on that. Also, you can get the beam combo for something in one of these hallways. Probably plasma. So we're looking for geothermal core. That's a Vendronadrif's elevator. I think I just take... I think this is the elevator I want, as opposed to... Yeah, I think I just take the direct elevator to Magmore. Near Root Cave. I just pressed the wrong button. Make a pit stop save at the ship, I suppose. Hey, yo. Pit stop save here. Mostly for the ammo refresh. Yes, and then I take the upper room here. That's what it is. Yeah, even though there's probably some stuff I could do now with before plasma, I would just rather get it first. Oh my god, I'm so ass. Nice. Yeah, there's no point in going up there right now because I don't have plasma. And I keep saying that. But it's good for keeping me on task. And then we can really see how good my memory is in terms of these artifact locations. Because there's a good number of them that I know. It's just like doing them in an order that makes sense as we go through. Of course, I have to go back to Fendrana, I'm pretty sure. And there's an E-tank I can snag there too with plasma. So now we go to the geothermal core. I need to get the pillar one too. I think it's in Lava Lake. It's in one of these rooms. And I could have gotten it earlier, I just didn't test like the super missiles enough. Boom, 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 boom. This is pretty lit. Here it is. This is kind of a fun room. Oh, those enemies are going too. Interesting. Motherfucker. It like didn't give me the... Oh, because I'm supposed to be up here, that's why. I should have saved my second jump, but it ended up being fine. Puzzle time. Using spacebar for that is still so strange. It's mostly because my keyboard spacebar is like, I don't know, it just feels like a little spongy. Shit. I was like trying to test something with my spacebar and ended up fucking up. Inadvertently. It's okay though. Right, yeah, now we spider ball our way up here. Nice. Boom. Just raises the ceiling up for the ultimate spider ball test, in this game at least. I could have just springballed, whatever. Okay, I was nervous that was gonna launch me off, but that's... I'm thinking about Prime 2 when you boost ball. To launch yourself, like... Oh my fucking god, I'm actually ass. Hold up. I'm actually dog shit. I apologize. I got greedy there. I tried to... Yeah, I tried something and it did not pan out. I should have just landed on the platform and then... Yeah. Hubris got the better of me, that's my bad. Like, I'm pretty sure there's some way that you can, like, use momentum to just get over here while skipping that upper one, but I don't know that for a fact, so I don't want to risk it. Yeah, so like here, you're supposed to do this, and then do this, and that's what I should have done to begin with. Okay. Yeah, kind of like you can do here, and in fact, this whole... I don't know why sometimes they put, like, the tracks all over to indicate that you can, what's it called? That you can traverse, like, more than just the track. But then there it's just, I don't know, whatever. Like here, you have, like... This clearly indicates that you can move in all directions. It's all good. Plasma. Nice. Also bumming the anti-aliasing down to 2 times. No stutter. No stutter. Game still looks great. It's lit. Got the full arsenal. I don't know why it didn't let me switch for a while. Okay, so now what? Here? I think Vendrana would be the next logical play, because I believe I have everything that I would need. Obviously, there is an artifact here. I wish I had picked this up beforehand, but at least I'm pretty sure it's there. Yeah, I say because it's close by, we'll head to Vendrana next. Oh. There is in fact a height limit before triggering your second jump, it seems. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna head this way. And just remind myself, I'm pretty sure this is an elevator to, Phazon Mines. Yeah. Like, I could do that, but I want to get some artifacts while I'm here. Although I was the one saying earlier, I'm the only one saying anything verbally, but you know what I mean. On this stream, at least. But, what's it called? I was the one saying earlier to, like, trust in the game design and just, like, follow the path in front of you, but because this artifact is not exactly intuitive. I might as well clear Vendrana because, like, Vendrana doesn't lead to anywhere but Magmor. So, might as well grab the artifacts. Now, the only thing is this is, like, kind of the opposite of where I want to be. There is an artifact in Vendrana's Edge, I remember that much. I think it's Vendrana's Edge, and then there's one up here, and then there is one here. I think that's it. But yeah, I do need to head to Vendrana's Edge. So, turn around. So this ended up being the correct path to take after all. Nice. Wrong button. So we want to take... I mean, it doesn't really matter which path I take. I just need to take one of these doors here. Balls. I should be using Ice Beam. Just because it's a more reliable stun lock. Okay, good. Oh, I don't even need to use this thing, but... Also, there is a missile tank at the bottom here. Let's see. Yeah. Can you sit still for like 2 seconds? Jeez Christ. Finally stun locked him. There we go. That's not what I meant to do. This is not the right thing. God, the grapple is so satisfying to use. And that's the other thing too, is like, I kind of mentioned this with a space jump. Prime 2 does give you access to like some of the cooler upgrades just faster, so that it can introduce the newer ones, obviously, but all the same. Oh, this is not an artifact, it's just... No, but wait. I'm pretty sure one of these artifact things says, like, in Vendrana's Edge, or at the edge of Vendrana, or something like that. Maybe not one of the ones that I have. Yeah, this one I know about. Tower within the ruins where light always shines. Great Hall. Yeah, Vendrana's Edge. A tall cave stands at Vendrana's. Seek the unseen entrance at its top. Yeah, there's an X-ray thing. It's like not on the map. This is a separate thing. I just fucked it all up. I know for a fact it's like towards the top, so I don't know why I did that. Thought it was onto something. Turns out I was just on something. Ah. I thought it was up here. It's on one of these, like, side platforms or something. But I just don't... There it is. Okay, yeah. But I think you just powerbomb, I would assume. Yeah. And it's just in the fucking room. We take those, though. Okay, I get it. Yeah, unfortunately there's not like any real quick way out of here. I think I still take the top path. Yeah, it's just I hate this one because it's so far out of the way. The thing is, I don't remember it requiring plasma, but I must be misremembering. I think the way to do it is like you just go through here and then you just go back out the other way because this other way is longer. I think, I don't know. Going back in there after the thermal goggles, the thermal visor set piece is just kind of like a little obnoxious. But isn't that just kind of the artifact quest in general, though? As much as I have been defending it in that, you know, when you know where they are, yes, you still have to backtrack for some of them, but it's like not, I forget if this is plasma or if this is, power bombs. In fact, I think it's neither. Yeah, and I forgot how quickly plasma melts these guys, too. Okay. Oh, that's right. There's an ice... okay. Is this worth it? Probably not, but go for it anyway, since we're here. Screw it. Take that health. Yeah, I think you have to be... You have to be standing up here to get the hitbox for the stalagmite tight thingy, whatever. I forget which one's which. Yeah. More missiles. Which means more super missiles I can fire against Omega Pirates. Although, he can absorb those, but yeah. When he's not absorbing. Realistically speaking, I just want to be... I just want to have full power bombs. Lit. Which playstyle do I prefer? Prime or the 2D games? Someone asked me that last time, and I think the answer is 2D. I mean, I love the style of the Prime games. I just think that there is, like, if there was a Metroid Prime game that allowed you the same kind of flexibility as the 2D games structurally, that would probably be my preference. The thing is, though, whether this is an inherent design thing or whether it's not, the fact of the matter is, like, the Prime games just are more linear than the 2D entries by and large. Which I don't have a problem with. Like, they're very 3D Zelda-esque, so I love them for that reason. But yeah, they're not as, like, kinetic and flexible as the 2D entries. Particularly Zero Mission, or the first game if I enjoyed playing the first game, but like Zero Mission, Super, and Dread. I'm hoping that... I'm just like, trying to ignore these guys. Damage boost my way through. What's it called? Because, yeah, I would rank my favorite 2D Metroids ahead of most of the Prime games. Oh, fuck. Wait a second. Did I accidentally plant 2? I don't think it matters because I don't need more, but... yeah. Okay, yeah, so we take the upper room here. Yeah, coming through here is always a pain in the ass, man. I might just kill these guys just to get them off my back while I'm trying to... I totally lost my train of thought. Oh, I was gonna say, like, yeah, I much prefer Metroids 1, 3, and 5 to 2 and 4. And I'm hoping that whenever Metroid 6 comes out, which I'm sure that will happen, Sakamoto was saying that, Dread was going to be, like, the last game in the timeline, but obviously there's still room to, like, go back and do prequels or remakes or fill in the gaps, and I guess that would be prequels in some sense. So, like, we'll see. This is the wrong... I always go to the wrong side. What was I saying? I'm hoping Metroid 6, just doesn't, continue the trend of the even Metroids being, like, weirdly restrictive, I guess. Oh, well, I guess Metroid 2 is... I don't know. What is the deal with this thing, man? Because, like, I played the original Metroid 2 all the way through for the first time last summer. Because it was always a game that I kind of bailed on. And yeah, I use save states and blah, blah, blah. Mostly because the space jump platforming is a pain in the ass. Skill issue, yes, absolutely. But not a skill that I want to hone. I have other skills that I would rather, you know, take my time honing than, like, fucking Metroid 2 for the Game Boy's space jump. Jesus Christ. How do I enter this thing again? Oh, yeah. But yeah, like, I saw it all the way through, and I just kind of came to the conclusion, like, I just don't think I like Metroid 2 that much, in, like, any incarnation. Like, even though Samus Returns does change, like, kind of the identity of the game, because, you know, it's its own game, yeah, it's a remake, but it is its own game still, because that's, like, what remakes are, is their own games. Anyway, what's it called? I would still probably rather play that just because of relative smoothness, but then again, I don't see myself going back to Samus Returns either at this point. And I tried AM2R and I'm like, yes, this plays more like the GBA games, and so therefore is, you know, a more kinetic and smoother experience. Just like literally like game feel wise, for lack of a better term. I think it's faster to just backtrack through here, I want to say. Because otherwise we have to cut all the way down here, whereas these rooms I already kind of cleared. And we can just take the Thardis path. What's it called? But then it's like, when you get down to it, it's like AM2R, for as great and praiseworthy as it might be in certain regards, it's like it's still an iteration on Metroid 2, though, and I just don't really care for that, like, foundation. Right? It doesn't matter what you do with it, necessarily. It's just not really for me. Not to my tastes. Oh my god, every motherfucking time. But that's the long way of me saying that I think the only Metroid Prime game that would possibly usurp my favorite 2D entries is Prime 2. Now, this game is not too far behind my favorite 2D entries. It rounds out my top 5, I would say. Like, it's hard to not put Dread at the top, just because of how amazing it feels to play that game. Even if, you know, in the last act, it does feel like it kind of rushes through things, and even if environmental diversity is like a little bit generic and stuff like that, what they executed on there, what Mercury Steam executed on in terms of Dread, I think is excellent. So that's pretty easily at the top. Super Metroid is still an all-time classic, although I prefer to play it with Redux installed. And there's a bunch of like smaller modifications you can add to Redux to, and so on and so forth, right? It was my first Metroid game. It's not just a nostalgia thing though. It's just, I love the way that the game is designed in a lot of ways. What's over here? Zero Mission is excellent as well, although it's not one that I find myself coming back to as often, or like thinking about as often as Super and Dread. But it's pretty solidly my third favorite 2D entry, I would say. And then the other two Prime games round out the top 5, but I just don't know exactly where I put Prime 2 because I need to play it again. I think currently I would put it... Am I going the right way? Yes. Yes. I think currently I would put Prime 2... off of, like, memory? I'd probably put it above Zero Mission? Like, it's number 3, I suppose, but it has potential to move up higher. Depending on how this you know, replay that's going to happen soon goes. And then I actually kind of go back and forth between Zero Mission and Prime 1 for, like, numbers 4 and 5. I want to do a Metroid Games tier list at some point, though. Although my opinions, like those videos from like way early on in my channel. Also, I've been doing YouTube for 5 years, as of 2 months ago now. But that was kind of like during my little mini semi-hiatus. But talking about Metroid again, it's kind of like coming full circle, even though those weren't my like very first videos on the channel, really, but close to it. Very close to it. I think Zero Mission was my 10th video I ever uploaded. It's just, 8 of those were just not very good. And even then, there's stuff I would change about those early Metroid videos, but I think that they hold up pretty well. And my opinions haven't really changed much on them either. Mostly because I haven't gone back to most of them since then, but most of those were replays. Like, Zero Mission's the only one where it was my first time, but I replayed it a few times after I posted that video. Whereas like Fusion and Samus Returns, I hadn't gone back to. I guess Metroid 2 I went back to and finished. Metroid 1 I've attempted again, and like I respect that title and stuff like that. It's just like, I just don't really enjoy playing it as much. What's it called? Yeah, and that's it. Super Metroid I have gone back and replayed, actually, but, like, that's a semi-regular thing for me. I think it must have been, like, 2 years ago I most recently played through Super Metroid again in full. It's my most recent replay. And that was, like, with Redux installed and stuff like that, too. Which is why, like... I think some people get way too caught up in, like... needing for like a definitive experience. And definitive is, by the way, when people say definitive experience, it's like, it is a subjective thing. Like, one person's definitive version of a certain game might be different from other people's. And I'm not going to go to the obvious example that I always go to, just for the sake of not beating a dead horse. But, what's it called? It's like, I've talked about this before, I think. Maybe this is more so in personal conversations, like Space Cowboys heard me talk about this before. But like, in terms of remakes and stuff, it's more so like, I'm just more so curious to see how things turn out than I am like, well, and this is really with new games too, but just like, I'm just more so curious to see how things turn out than I am like, staking my whole livelihood on it or some weird shit. It's like, if a game comes out that, whether I'm looking forward to it or not, like, if a game comes out that I'm at least mildly looking forward to and it doesn't land, it's like, I can express that and, you know, give some constructive criticism as to why, but like, I'm not losing sleep over it, right? Like, I just, you know, move on to the next thing, right? And some people view that as like, oh, consumer, and it's like, no, I'm still critically evaluating things. It's just like, even in a game series that I love, if a title comes out and it does not stick the landing, it's like, okay, so this title did not stick the landing, right? I still have these other titles in the series that I love and can go back to anyway. So, I don't know that I'm expressing this as eloquently as I would like to be, but the caffeine is kicked in a little bit. Okay, so I think that's all the Findrana. We'll come back. We'll come back to those talking points once I recoup my thoughts. I think that is all the artifacts here. In fact, even though I don't have most of them registered in the logbook, let's see. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 2 in the Phazon mines, and so there's 3 that I'm missing. Otherwise, I think I know where this is. Light always shines. Yeah, this is the Chozo Ruins Hall one. Okay. So we'll start there. We'll start by going back to Chozo, which... yeah, this is a good excuse to get the artifact that's in here, in Lava Lake, I think. At least I'm hoping that it's there and not here, because otherwise... well, I guess this is the other exit from Phazon, so we'll probably... I'll have another opportunity otherwise, so yeah, we'll take... yeah, I'm like, where am I? Jesus Christ, okay. Oh yeah, so like, it's the thought of like, it would be sick if they did some kind of like widescreen, official widescreen edition of Super Metroid, right? Some kind of remaster, remake, something or other. And it's like, yeah, Super Metroid in the fandom and in gaming kind of in general, mostly because of speedrunning, is kind of a sacred game. But it's like, they're not going... my perspective on remakes is like, they're not going into Super Metroid and like changing what Super Metroid is. Super Metroid is there, it exists, it's what it is. And it's great. And there are many ways, different ways to play it. There's randomizers, there's the PC port with official widescreen and stuff like that. And it's like, if they botch some kind of remake or whatever, it's like, okay, but I have it already. Like, you didn't... that's the thing, it's like, they didn't literally replace the thing that I literally have already access to and have already been playing, probably through unofficial means to begin with, because it's like, it's the same thing with like Fire Emblem 4 or something, right? It's like, okay, you or me as a fan of Fire Emblem, and some, like, if you go back to Fire Emblem 4, it's like you're forced to play it through unofficial means unless you speak Japanese, right? Or can read Japanese, I guess, is a better way to put it. So even if the remake is a different experience, which, spoiler alert, it will be if it actually ends up happening, it will be a different experience. Believe me, right? As faithful as Echoes was, it changed enough to where it's not the same experience as playing Gaiden. So it's like, it's like if they botch the remake, it's like, okay, yeah, air your grievances and talk about it, sure, yeah, fine. But then, like, move on, right? Go back to playing, like, ultimately, the next time you feel like playing Genealogy, you'll play the original release. And you'll replace Genealogy, the Holy War, with any game, right? It's like, you'll just go back to, like, the way you had been playing it for years and years and years prior. Nothing changes. Who gives a shit if, like, other Joe Schmo prefers that version and they don't touch the... Like, I really don't care about that. Like, I like to recommend games to people because I think they're cool and I think they're fun and they click with me, not necessarily always knowing if it's going to click for them, unless I know them personally. And even then, you're kind of like just making a guess, making an assumption, right? And so it's like, I don't know, I don't really care if, like, the most popular version of a thing that I like is what I consider to be the best, or vice versa, or whatever. It's just like, I just like to enjoy the things that I enjoy for the reasons that I enjoy them, and I like to think critically and analyze and be a fucking nerd about it, but it's like, it's just like the vitriol surrounding things that are, like, in people's control. But then it begs the question of, like, how much of this is authentic, and, you know, it becomes a boy who cried wolf scenario, right? It's the same thing with certain other conversations in the gaming space that I'm not going to touch on, but it's like, you're crying wolf over shit that doesn't actually matter, and then so when something does actually matter, why do you expect these companies to take you seriously, right? Like, it's just like with any form of, like, confrontation or disagreement or whatever, which the internet is not really the place for, like, civil disagreement, right? It could be. Again, not trying to, like, force that or anything like that, but it's more like I try to make this channel a space for that, to a certain extent. I'm not going to come after you unless I feel like you're being an asshole. like, it's never about your opinions. Well, in terms of video games, at least. Like, it's never about the opinions you hold specifically. It's how you are conveying them and how you present them and stuff like that. And that's something that I have to be mindful of, too. It's something I have to be mindful of. And, you know, historically, early on in my channel was not the most mindful of. Or as mindful as I would have, you know, wanted to be. Not for any, like, malicious reason, but it's just more like, I don't know, like, when you're putting stuff out there into the ether, I think, like, being considerate of how people might... You don't want to, like, just put out word salad like I am now. But there's the possibility for people to misconstrue what you're saying, and that will still happen even as careful as you can be, and blah, blah, blah. I think Ruined Shrine is where I want to go. Even if it's... I think it's just a beam combo, though, but I am not sure. Shit. I totally lost my train of thought. Maybe that's for the better. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So, like, you want to speak your mind truthfully, right? But at the same time, like, I think it's important to take a step back and, like, kind of, like, think about how you're presenting your thoughts to people in a way that, like, would actually make them open to... Because it's like, what is your goal? Like, I guess if your goal is to just, like, rage bait and piss people off, then, like, I guess? I think that's, like, a shitty way to be, but, like, fair enough. I couldn't stomach that just because it's, like... I don't know, I feel like I just feel miserable all the time, which might be indicative of something with certain people who act that way. I don't know. I don't want to make judgment calls necessarily. But yeah, just being aware that, like, choosing your words carefully, right? And not as means to, like, manipulate or hide what you're actually trying to say, but as a means to I don't know, just generate more honest and open discussion, I suppose. Am I making sense? Or dollars? Yeah, I'm like 90% sure. I'm 90% sure this is just a beam combo, but we'll do it anyway. No, you know what? I think the beam combo is up top, but I think the artifact is at the bottom. So we'll do both while we're here. When in Chozo Ruins. That is the expression, right? Shooba-doop bop beep bop booty dotty booba-doop bop beep bop boo da do da. Gotta be careful, these guys deflect the missiles. Just, I don't know, I think what it comes down to is, like, some people just put too much of their identity into... They put too much of a stake in, like, their personal feelings or something, in terms of, like, how certain games are received, or something. Like, it's just so weird. And I would argue it's, like, a form of parasocial behavior. Just not with, like, an individual, but more so with, like, an entity, right? With inanimate things, you know? And I'm not perfect. I'm not saying that I've never been like that to a certain extent, but it's something you have to work through, right? And that's my big thing, is like, whenever someone's being shitty, including myself, like, my hope is, like, I don't wish ill, the extent of the ill that I would wish is for them to feel like they're being shitty. Like, to feel some kind of remorse for being shitty, and then, like, reevaluate their shitty behavior, right? And I wouldn't even say that's, like, ill will. That's, like, wanting someone to go and self-reflect and try to improve on themselves, like the opposite of ill will. Let's see here. Yes, we know 2 of these are phase-on, which means I'm just missing 1. Yeah, and it's the plasma beam thing in the bowling room. I think that's it. And we just go to phase-on mines and then we're done? Wait, Omega Pirate, and then we can just, like, immediately go to Ridley? Obviously, I have to pick up... Excuse me, I'm, like, burping a shit. Of course I have to pick up those artifacts in phase-on mines and stuff like that. I'm just trying to think, like... I've explored pretty thoroughly. There's obviously, like, some power-ups that are probably in these rooms that I've been to already. Like, I could go to the magma pool. I'm kind of like, there's not really a fast way over here, is there? If I take Talon, I would end up by my ship. Right? Because it's this elevator. And then I could take... Because I have grapple, I think I can get... No, because I think this is a one-way, isn't it? Like, you fall down this slope and that's it? So there's actually not a great way. I kind of have to just go the long way from where I'm at, I think. And that's where, like, kind of the... I feel like there could have been, like, 1 or 2 more connecting points on this map. So that I don't have to, like... Because I'm pretty sure I kind of have to go through this entire stretch just to get back to Hall of the Elders. Then thankfully I can take one of these Talon overworld things and like get back to my ship pretty quickly. Although I guess I'm trying to get back to Phazon Mines. In which case... yeah, I would still already be all the way over here, so I would for sure take Talon, as opposed to backtracking on foot. I'd rather take an elevator. And then we could take Magmore... yeah, because I'm not going to cut through the entire wrecked ship, so we want to take Chozo Ruins south, which is the Great Tree Hall. Right, and there's just it's just the other elevator, or one of the elevators that's over here. Takes us to one of the entrances to Phazon. Yeah, I think that's correct. Shoot, we've barely been going for 2 hours. Like, should I make this the finale? I feel like that's... this is gonna be kind of a crazy clear time, I gotta say. I'm here for it, though. I like becoming more knowledgeable and, like, better at games that can have a brisk clear time like this. Because then it's like, you know, one weekend I just feel like booting up Metroid Prime and just doing a playthrough. It's like I can do it more or less in 2 sittings now. Which is pretty sick. I could probably do it in 1 sitting, if 1 longer sitting, but still. Do I want to check this out? Do I care? I guess we're here already, right? And even if it is a missile tank, like, getting more missiles doesn't hurt. Oh, I remember this room. Where are you? You bitch. Oh, there's an E-tank in here. Okay, so it is worth it. It'll be worth it. So we got a boost into these bomb slots. So okay. Okay. Cool. Where... oh, this just spits me out back here. Ah, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. Yeah, Prime 2 really is one of those sequels where it's like, because you get a lot of the cooler... you get a lot of powers from this game, like, earlier, and it just allows them to do more with that kind of stuff. Like they do more interesting things with missile tank up there. Do more interesting things with the tools they give you faster, sooner, better. It's kind of Mario Galaxy 2 in that regard. I mean, like, not as iterative and not as... It's not like a narrative rehash or anything. New planet and stuff like that, yeah, but... Like, mechanically speaking, I guess. IMO. And it's why I oftentimes tend to prefer 2s to 1s. Tend to prefer sequels. It's because I find that a lot of sequels tend to sort of refine and, like, master what first games were setting out to do. Even if the first games are pretty damn great in their own right. Thank God these are not mandatory, dude. Put it down, 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 put it down. I need to take the upper. But yeah, could have probably talked about this at the beginning when I was talking about how tired I was, but the reason why I stayed up late last night was because I kind of got sucked into playing Lost Judgment some more. And I'm still like coming to grips with the combat, but yeah, it's pretty great. The combat's pretty great. I'm enjoying it a lot. I'm like intentionally going around and just fighting mobs because it's fun. Whereas in Yakuza 7, I was just kind of like lamenting and kind of dreading anytime I ran into a random mob that I did not want to encounter, which is most of them. But I'll probably end up doing some kind of more free-form discussion on the Dragon Engine games, at least, you know, post K2, I guess, because we already talked about Kiwami 2 in that Kiryu Saga video that I did. But what's it called? What the hell, dude? See, I probably don't need a double super missile, but at the same time, I am having a hard time of keeping track of who I've already shot with one. Nice. And once again, I hope watching this is interesting. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't really care. This is fun for me, but you know. There it is. Yeah, 90% sure. I am 90% sure that the last two are just in phase on mines. Because, yeah, it's the elite guy that you need power bombs to break open, and then there's the phase on caves. So that's it. Actually, like, honestly, as much as there is to complain about that artifact hunt, granted, I knew to pick up most of them, you know, as early as I could. I could have got the Lava Lake one sooner, but, you know, I've played this game a few times. I've been around the block. But at the same time, that really wasn't so bad. That really wasn't so bad. What are we're pushing? Not even at like 6 hours total stream time, let alone game time, which seems to like not factor in cutscenes or something. So it's quite a bit shorter. Oh, I guess, okay. I was trying to kill this one because I thought I kind of had to get up to this upper one. So this leads to the frigate. This leads to the root cave, which allows me to go to Phazon Mines. I would kinda like to go back to the ship to get an ammo refill, though. That is my only point of hesitation, but maybe this... It's actually not too far from... Okay. Right, Root Cave is not even that far from the ship, so maybe I should actually take this elevator, just because it's a little quicker to get here, and then cut my way... No, is there one in Root Cave? I probably should cut through Root Cave also, because then, yeah, we go to Magmore. Hold up. Yes. Take this one, head to the ship to get our ammo refill. Double check here, what is here? I don't think it's anything. And then Magma Caverns East. I don't think I'm missing an artifact. I think I have all the ones that are not in Phazon Mines. So in fact, yeah, let me take this path. Also, it is funny that Samus can go back to her ship to refill on missiles, but before you get the missile expansions, she supposedly doesn't have any. I guess she lost the adapter or something that she needs to be compatible with missiles. Whatever. Then there's the question of, like, well, where do these missiles even come from? And you just gotta suspend your disbelief. Sci-fi. Science fiction. It's just like magic, you know? Just hand wave magic. Hand wave sci-fi. And that's the thing, like, I don't think these kinds of things need to be explained. You can just be like, okay, there must be just some way in which this makes sense. You try to explain it, and then the way that you try to explain it doesn't make sense, then you're in a worse position than before you tried to explain it in the first place. Did someone say Blood Pact? From Radiant Dawn? Yeah, and you know, whenever I put a video out too, like over the next like couple days or week, like I'll go back to it and like listen through it just to be like, do I still agree with this? Like, am I out of touch? Am I crazy? Did I like, especially when I get like, not targeting anyone specific, but it's like, especially when I get like weirdly, just like weird comments occasionally. Thankfully it doesn't happen that much, but it's like, you just get like the occasional like someone who misconstrues something or like isn't looking to discuss things in good faith, and then I'm just like, I take that as like a self-reflection opportunity where I'm like, did I say something that like is unreasonable or something? And then I go back and listen, I'm like, no, I feel like I encapsulated my thoughts pretty well. But of course not everyone has to agree, it's just more like you know, as I start to become distanced from a project, I go back and I'm like, was this actually as good as I thought it was in the booth? And the booth, my room where I record everything, but it's more just like, and even then, sometimes as I'm working on a project, I'm like, is this as good as it could be, or as I want it to be, or whatever? Yeah, I want to check out this plasma beam room up here. Plasma balls. This is X-ray. Okay, missile expansion. Domain expansion. This plasma beam door. I just fucked that up because there's probably another oh my fucking god. Actually, yes. Alright, so I've been very efficient in terms of my exploration for the most part. I just keep messing up the platforming, and that's like costing me time. Again, not that this is like a speed run or anything, but it's more like, well, I could save myself some trouble by like not being shit. At the platforming. Then again, first-person platforming, to be fair, not the ideal perspective for platforming. Also, no, there's not another platform. I'm just bad. Another missile expansion. That's honestly kind of strange. Like, couldn't you just... I don't know. It's like you need X-ray to get both of them. But they're both in the same room, so it's like... Couldn't you have just made, like, one that gave you 10 or something? I don't know. Nitpicking. I think I want to take Magmore. Oh. I feel like I could just finish this today. Like, yeah, there's some more to Phazon Mines, and it's not like the final bosses are like short, but it's also like, I think from Meta Ridley to the end is like maybe like an hour of game time, including like the ending cutscenes and shit. Because I think that's what I did the last time I streamed this, was like the finale was just those final bosses, and it was really short, which is fine. It's like, you know, it can be like that if I want it to be, yeah. Yeah, so I think I just take this elevator to Phazon Mines. Because then I can just grapple swing across back through here. Also, there's something in here, but do I care? Not really. The beam combos are really just, like, not that useful. Yeah, that's not really true. Sometimes they can be. And I have the wave one, which is... I don't even know if I know what the ice and plasma ones do exactly. The wave one's cool because it's like a constant beam. But yeah, I swing across... I take this elevator down, I take this elevator down. No, sorry. Take this elevator down, cross here with X-ray, go down, and then we have to go all the way around. There's a save room somewhere here, maybe. And then, yeah, there's an artifact that I think requires Phazon Suit, or certainly it would be recommended to get Phazon Suit. I just need to be mindful that there is one... There's no artifact here. It's in one of these, like, it's in Elite Research. That's what it is. So I'm going to have to go through just, like, one extra room to Elite Research, get that artifact, then take the elevator down. So we're... Wait a second. What did I just do? I think I took the wrong elevator. Yeah, I got turned around. Whoops. Yeah, whoops, my bad. So it's good habit to, like, base at least like kind of generally in the direction that you're trying to go after you close the map, because it's easy to get disoriented. But I find routing my way through these types of maps very fun. Yeah. I have to actually go to the Phazon Mines elevator. Gotta take it. We have what? 9 E-tanks? Am I counting that correctly? Yeah, because I guess if I were to finish it tonight, and I get to start Prime 2 on Friday. Otherwise, if I do opt to save the rest of this game for Friday, I would restart like a separate stream, but like I could very easily fight the final bosses, end the stream, and then start a fresh stream, or we'll save in the mines. Start a fresh stream to start Prime 2. Like, still kind of in the same session, just like a fresh VOD. We'll see how I'm feeling once we get through. Once we get to the Omega Pirate. Beep up, beep up. Yeah, well, to be fair, this is the shortest one, probably. I guess I don't know much about Prime 3's... Oh, this is the wrong elevator. But it's fine, because I can actually take this... Yeah, this is actually okay. Prime 2 is longer, but also that was my first time playing through it in full. Although I guess you could say the same thing about Prime 1, just because I hadn't done the artifact quests back when I first streamed it. Like, in my previous playthroughs, I mean. I don't want to get too crazy with my missiles. I want to save them. But yeah. Honestly, as with most Metroid games, it's like, if you kind of know what you're doing, and you're also not going for 100%, like, they can be very quick. But I think that's, like, part of the appeal, in my opinion. Okay. So I have to spend a power bomb there, which is like a little unfortunate. There's a possibility I can get a drop. I would have to use it to get out that way anyway, so maybe this is for the better. I need to head back up here because I need to go to Elite Research. Yes. Can I get my bearings? Oh my god. Yeah, unfortunately I took the wrong elevator, and so it's... We're gonna have to go a little bit out of our way to get this artifact. Maybe it'd be faster to do Omega Pirate and then, like, come back for this one, but I'd rather just get it done now. But yeah, it's like I said, too, like, my in-game time for my playthrough of Prime Remastered, which is basically just the same game but prettier, like, there's no quality of life that would have made things faster, really. Except for arguably the control scheme, I guess. My in-game time was 8 hours, or like just under it, I think. Like 750 something or something like that. So I would expect... Of course, there's going to be diminishing returns playthrough over playthrough, right? Like, you know, over time, it'll eventually average out. Like, yeah, you'll get better, you'll remember certain things more. But, like, how much can you really do that before you approach, like, you know, having to practice it like a speed run, like that kind of territory, right? In order to improve. But I'm not even really looking for times like that. It's just more like... Okay, so I just kind of jump down and take the lower door. You motherfucker. What? How did you dodge that, you dickhead? There it is. Yep. So it's just that phase on tunnel one. Secret tunnel. Secret tunnel. Yeah. So, like, obviously value is in the eye of the beholder, but I would take a quality replayable experience over something that is, like, needlessly long. I say that as someone who has enjoyed some games that are needlessly long, like... But despite that, not, like, because of that, obviously. But it's always so interesting, and by interesting I mean, like, a little frustrating when a new Metroid game comes out, and then everyone's surprised Pikachu face that the runtime is, like, not that long, and I'm just like, this is $60, and it's like, fair enough. I mean, like, to an extent, because I'm like, yeah, some of these companies could stand to explore the pricing spectrum more, than, like, especially Nintendo, but at the same time, oftentimes with Metroid, you're paying for quality, not quantity. And I know, like, you're not going to know ahead of time whether a game is something you're going to want to replay. I'm going the wrong way. But at the same time, you can have a pretty good idea if you're familiar with the series, I guess. This is correct. Just tank. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. But the Prime games actually tend to be, I think, longer than most of the 2D entries in terms of, like, you know, on repeat playthroughs and stuff like that, just because they are slower paced, generally speaking. Okay. So I want to go here to the Metroid Quarantine A, which means I need to take this, like, upper ice door, and there should be a save room on my way as well, which will be helpful because I've been damage boosting a little bit too much. Still okay for now, but I don't want to do too much more without healing. I guess the next step would be going for, like, higher completion percentages with a level of efficiency or speed, right? Can you move your fucking ass, you dumb fucking ass? Oh my god! Fucking move, dickhead! Jesus Christ! Oh, fuck me. You fucking dumb ass. Stop. Alright, that is... Admittedly, that is one, reason to not try to damage boost overly. Thankfully, we're fine. Fucking barely. Just I kept colliding with him because he wouldn't move his fat ass. Jesus Christ. Alright, we're chilling. Are we villains? Because we're chilling. Terrible. I hate that. It's like how I talk to my cat. Like stupid, cutesy jokes like that. Not even really jokes, it's just like anti-jokes. Shit. Get... Motherfucker! Oh my god. I'm gonna try my best to ignore these guys. I guess worst case, we're not backtracking that much if I die. And yeah, there is a save room before the boss, thankfully. Shit. Motherfuck. Okay. I think we'll be okay. Beep up 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 boop beep up. Beep up 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 beep bum. Could be a decent ringtone, actually. I was gonna say, I think there's one of those Metroids, the like the oblong ones that you can freeze to death. Yeah, once I have phase on suit, I'll come back and explore. Yeah, this guy. I know I should just missile him, because that kills him. I'm just being lazy. I'm running, like, kind of scarily low on missiles, though. Motherfuck. Shit. How do I get back up? Do I really have to backtrack all the... I mean... These enemies don't respawn while you're in the room, so fair enough. Yeah, I think maybe you don't have to do it from here, but it is certainly easier. Bendizium, yeah. Am I close to the save room? I forget if this is the save room or if this is the save room. But I am okay on health, so we should be fine. Is this correct? Yeah, it is. This is correct. I had to boost. Use the boost to get through. This is where the last artifact is, but you definitely want phase on suit for that. Again, like maybe if you have enough HP, you can damage boost, but not risk it. Motherfuckers, okay. Use the boost to get through. Is this... damn it. You... what? Oh, okay, I don't know why I'm getting so mad. I don't know why I'm getting so triggered by that. It's just, I guess it's because I was, like, so close. Can we not? Can we... Oh my god. I literally made that jump, like, 5 seconds ago. You get on the mother fucking thing. Yeah, GTFO, please. Shreds again. See if, you know, when it gives me, when you give me the grapple prompt and I press the grapple button, you know, maybe like make it happen. Map data, or no. Wait, yes. No, missiles. I'm dumb. I was like, what? M? M? S for SpongeBob or S for Sandy? Yeah, I think if I just get up here... Are you shitting me? Why is there a gap there? I'm at. Like, don't get it twisted. I'm complaining, but, like, it's definitely my fault. Like, I'm the one playing, yes. Still, though. Still. Makes me feel better, I guess. I don't know. Dude, can we not do this? I don't know how I made that jump from the other side before, because it seems like I can never get it to work now. Jeez Louise. Just one more room. These are like invisible for some reason. Not entirely sure why. Is my beam reaching? Like, it seemed like it wasn't... Like, I know these are projectiles usually, but, like, they should travel across the entire screen. Also, my back kind of hurts from sitting here. I almost really fucked that up. Ta-da! I'm just gonna go to the save room. Yeah. Actually, depending on how many attempts Omega Pirate takes me, which hopefully it'll be one. Hopefully. What's it called? Also, I guess, to be fair, my playthrough of Prime Remastered was on normal, because you have to beat it on normal to unlock hard mode. Although I guess, wait, I'm just playing on GameCube normal currently, right? I think so. Damage boosting through this is definitely a mistake, but I think it'll be okay. We lost one E-Tank on the run back. Okay, how many power bombs? I have one power bomb. That's great. Oh, wait a second. 2 power bombs. Better than nothing. I think I want to try to probably super missile early. Like the later phases when he starts summoning, when the ads start showing up. There's 2 Ds, ADDS, not ADS, but yeah, when he starts summoning like grunts, it's probably when I want to use power bombs instead. It's gonna be more hectic. Actually, scratch that. Fuck it. Okay, so I think Plasma Beam is... Where is he? This is mighty convenient. Can you really just like... Can you one-phase this guy? Wait a second. I'm just gonna damage boost these guys. Fuck it, right? Okay, no. So... Okay, power bombs are so fucking OP in this fight. Holy shit. Wait, this is actually, like, kind of a joke. I was so ass when I played this. The last time that I streamed this, I was actually shit. Where is he? Spawn in. That was actually, like, the easiest fucking fight in the game. Oh my god. Powerbombs really trivialize this guy, holy shit. We take those. It's a very frustrating fight otherwise. Trying to land super missiles and shit. Think, play smarter, not harder, I suppose, right? Oh boy. That was clean. Damn near fucking one... I don't even know, can you one cycle him? It seemed like it was close to possible, but 2 cycles kind of crazy. Holy shit. Should I just finish the should I just finish the game now? It'd maybe take me another hour. It'd be like real time, like 7 hours or so. Yeah, now got the phase-on suit, which is fucking sick. We do have to backtrack to get the last artifact, unfortunately. I don't know why they designed it like this. I don't know, I kind of impressed myself there with that that Omega Pirate fight. That was pretty fucking clean. Couldn't really have asked for better. I guess if I had another power bomb, I could have cleared the ads in that, like, last phase, and it would have been, like, a little faster, but that was pretty pristine, I gotta say. We take those. Yeah, I need to go back to the phase-on mining tunnel. Unfortunately. Oh shit. Okay. I can stand in phase-on, so I don't even need to worry about, like, missing these jumps as much. But yeah, it is admittedly pretty annoying having to go all the way back this way. Only to just, like, double back again to, like, actually leave. Left contact lens is acting up a little bit. Maybe not. Maybe I should just finish this now, and you can literally see the artifact from the entrance, which is pretty funny. I guess, like, if you do have enough E-tanks, you probably could damage boost your way through. The risk, though, because the most recent save room is... it's a risk. It's definitely a risk. Maybe you could powerbomb your way through and break all of these quick enough? Maybe? I don't know. Yeah, and that's all the artifacts, and so we just can go just fight Ridley and Metroid Prime and finish the game if I want. And yeah, I think it is still more efficient to go this way. What? Yeah, because then we take this elevator to Magmore. Is that the most efficient? Then we just push to Talon Overworld West, I guess. So Ridley is the second to final boss. It is a pretty epic fight, though. I really like the Meta Ridley fight in this game. It's pretty sick. And the Meta Ridley boss theme, like this might be my favorite Ridley fight. Although I gotta say, like, as much as I'm like not a huge fan of Samus Returns, and just like, you know, as I was saying earlier, like Metroid 2 kind of just in general, but I guess specifically Samus Returns because this applies to it. I do think that Ridley fight, for as, you know, unfitting as it might be and blah 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 blah, I do think it is pretty sick though, on its own merit. Oh my god, fuck off. Dude! Stop knocking me around, dickhole. Stop pushing me! Stop pushing me! Thank you! Oh my god, you dickhead! Literally, these things. Jesus, fuck. Okay. Yeah, I was like, please. Okay, thank fucking Christ for second jump. Get me out of here. That's momentum going there. Unfortunately, there's not really a great... There's not like a quicker way to get through this room, unfortunately. But I'm kind of the goat, so... I'm gonna take the save just because I don't think I'm gonna die here between here and exiting, but I just do not want to do that again, so I'd rather just make a safety save. Yeah, I guess we'll just make this a finale, right? Fuck it. Why artificially make a third stream, right? In which case, let me change the thumbnail here. The thumbnail should be updated. 2 streams is crazy. We take those. We're not quite done yet, though. Still have to, like, you know, do the thing. But, oh my god, can we stop defaulting to being so zoomed in? Like colonoscopy in here, Jesus Christ. Is this correct? Yes. Just get me the hell out of the mines. I'd love to have a nice round 100 missiles. The shit. Ba, 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 da, da. I mean, there might be a missile tank I can pick up on my way out, but I don't necessarily think so. Another E-tank. Bum bim bum bum bum. Shooby-doo, shooby-dooby. I think there might be another missile tank in here that we can grab, but it's kind of an arbitrary thing to go for 100. It's not like there's a certain like threshold I necessarily need to meet. It's just being mindful of how the Ridley encounter might go. Okay. The sliding. I'm sure there's a missile tank in here, but I just want to leave. But this is not the right way. I need to go... No, wait a second. Where am I? Ah. Weird. Okay, I actually need to go to the top. So let's kill these guys so that they'll stop being annoying. Or at least, yeah, knock them to the bottom so that they're out of the way. How do I get to the top here? Spider ball here we go. Here we go. I can pretty safely go back to my ship for an ammo refill, so I'm not really concerned about using missiles here. If there is a missile tank, might as well grab it, but I don't know if that's true. I gotta love this. I think it will be doable to finish these games before Prime 4 without having to stream more than I normally do. Yeah, we'll start Prime 2 on Friday. And I would imagine that'll probably be closer to, like, probably 4 streams? Do I have power bombs? No. I don't even think this is the right tube. It's not. Been trying to drift south. Does that help me at all? No. Not even really in the slightest. So we want to push towards Talon Overworld. Maybe a missile tank in here. In fact, I always forget, the plasma beam just, like, smokes these guys. Yeah, so what is the deal with this room? That's what I'm trying to remember. Because, like, yeah, this is sealed. But I'm trying to remember, like, how you unseal. Like, I don't think... Are you supposed to damage boost through? I, like, kind of doubt it. Oh. That's right. One last puzzle for the one time. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Hello, bum, bum, bum. Forget if this is an E-tank or just a missile expansion. I feel like this is a pretty involved puzzle for just a missile tank, but I don't really... Whatever it is, I will gladly take. Bum, 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 bum. I think it's an E-tank. I think I just spotted it. Yeah, nice. We take those. So how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11? Okay, yeah, I get it. You're gonna spit me back out over here. Okay, yeah. Uh-huh. Cool, thank you. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, ba-dum, ba-dum, da-da-da-dum. Can't wait for Screw Attack in Prime 2. That's so fun. I love it. Some people don't like it, which is unfortunate, but I think it's very cool how they adapted the Screw Attack to 3D. Very late game acquisition, though, understandably so. Yeah, it's lit. Bum 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 bum. Oh yeah. Boom. Bum, bum. Yeah, get me the hell out of here. Goodbye, Magmore Caverns. I will see you in the next playthrough. Probably like another 2 years or something like that. Up, beep, up, boop, beep, up. Little sound effects. Like distorted sounds and shit. Can't even like replicate that sound. It's like a record scratch almost. Yeah, that. Yeah, can your... It's like, can your hitbox like move? I guess the next step would be traversing more of this map without having to refer to the map. Right? That would probably be the biggest time save in terms of like efficiency, right? And then of course there's potential to learn speedrunning tricks and shit. I don't know that I like this first Metroid Prime game a lot. I think it's a great game. I don't know if I like it so much that I'm like, yeah, let's learn speedrunning strats. It's like, yeah. Let's hydrate though. That's ridiculous. Man, oh man. I need to like get in the habit of stretching when I'm even on days where I don't work out, because I am not getting younger, that's for sure. Gotta stay nimble. All right. Bum 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 da da da. No, wait, wrong theme. Wrong theme with a 3322. Bum 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 bum. Da 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 da. This is so easily the most efficient playthrough I've ever done of this game, and it's not even close. Crank this shit up, dude. Bum 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 bum. I forget if I'm supposed to super missile him. No, we can just... I'm gonna conserve my missiles, I guess, for now. If you're a good enough shot, I think you can snipe him for damage here, but I am not. Nice. Just trying to get pot shots in, but I doubt they're landing. Also, I should probably scan him so that I can target where I need to target. I do think hyper mode was probably the play, but again, it would mostly result in spongier bosses, which is like, you know, not an ideal thing. And of course, yeah, mouse and keyboard gives an advantage, sure, but like, this first Prime game was never really particularly difficult. I say as someone who's like not really played the original version with the, you know, compromised controls. As in literally making a compromise because the GameCube controller wasn't really built for twin stick aiming, and that wasn't really like an established thing on consoles, etc., right? In terms of first-person shooters, because Halo came out the same year, and that was kind of the pioneer. And even then, Prime 2 kept the same control scheme, so like, I think it was more so a controller thing. Then again, if you're doing an iterative sequel like that, why would you like totally rework the controls, if I could speak? I kind of wish that he just landed on the ground sooner. Like, I just think these bosses in this first game need more phases. For the most part. And, like, the fact that we're not in second phase yet is kind of... like, weird. Yeah. See, his wings burn up. I just think this design is just like so fucking sick. I probably want to super missile his chest. But then again, oh my god, can we... Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, get up close and personal, man. Like, yeah. Hell yeah. I gotta take advantage of his openings a little bit more. Pause, but not pause. My god, I'm so ass. Motherfucker. Maybe I want a super missile when he's vulnerable here, actually. And in fact, I should be... God damn it, I'm so shit. Okay, I could have fired there, I guess, but super missile's probably a little bit slow. I think in reality, this is what you want to do. Is super missile to make him vulnerable and then plasma beam, I think. I'm ass. Yeah, that's it. That's the money. You bitch. Damn it. There's more opportunities where I could shoot a super missile, but I just don't want to, like, waste them. Okay, nice. Oops. Like there, you know? I'm actually ass. That was way late. I was also late. We're getting there. I'm so shit. Was not locked on. I'm actually dog shit. I apologize. This gameplay is terrible. It's actually terrible. Okay. Early that time. To be fair, I've only fought this guy like 3 times in my life, I think, at this point. Whereas I played big chunks of this game many more times than that. That was way early. Depleted. Alright, so we'll just take plasma pot shots for this final hit, I guess. It's fine. That was way late. Nice. Okay. Admittedly, kind of a shitty attempt. I feel like I played that fight better, but it's all good. The question is, I think there is a missile room. Oh, do I even really need missiles, though? You don't really need missiles for Metroid Prime. Like, I guess you could super missile it when it's in yellow form, maybe? That's probably the play. But I'm like, do I go back to the ship? I always forget. I feel like there must be a missile route. I'm gonna trust in the game design here. And progress instead of going back to the ship, even though it would be really quick to go back there. And if there's not a way to refill missiles down here, then it's an even longer process, obviously. But yeah, there's a save point right here. But I'm mostly doing this just because I don't think missiles are really a concern with this final boss, from what I recall. Yeah, like I think one of these rooms at the top is a missile recharge. I might be wrong though. Oh. The one with the giant teeth. Very Half-Life vibes. Which is a game that I don't think I've mentioned thus far that this game definitely takes inspiration from, understandably so. Just because of how impactful that game was at the time. Yes, missile recharge. I wonder if power bombs help against Ridley. Maybe I should try that next time. You just recharge missiles and you are something, I don't know. Oh my god. Doo-ba-da-ba-dee-ba-doo-ba-dee-ba-dee-boo-bum. Move your fucking ass. Also convenient. I didn't anticipate that being a thing. I'm like, this is a Sonic the Hedgehog scenario where I'm like, which direction am I supposed to press? Is it time? Yeah, there she is. There she is. I love the music for this fight, though. Fucking epic. This is an early 2000s game. I can use that term to describe it. Come on now. Oh, twinsies. We're matching. I like how you can already see Dark Samus's face. Like when you look at the scan thing. Yeah, super missiles are the way to go against yellow form. In fact, this is probably the way to go against most of its other forms too. Ice now. It's kind of hype. I gotta be ready for, like, the boost ball. Alright, I don't know if that was worth it. The yellow form is gonna be way more annoying now. I'm actually ass. Ice. Yeah, using up all my missiles on that was probably a mistake. Yeah, ice form is undoubtedly the worst. just because this thing fires so slowly. I don't really think there's a point in trying to time your shots too much. We're dealing plenty of damage anyway. What do we have now? Power beam. Yeah, it's like you're better off just kind of like spamming, honestly. Oh, we got missiles. We got missile drops. If they would absorb. Yeah, because super missiles home in, so like they're especially good here. So I think using the wave beam combo is actually kind of a... I think doing it once is okay, but it just eats into your missiles way too quickly. What we got now? Oh, yeah. I kind of failed that, but it's okay. Thankfully, Ice Beam is strong to compensate for its terrible speed. Very generous of this thing to give me means to replenish my missiles, though. Ow. Ow, ow, what the fuck? Why did that do so much? Holy shit. Okay, there we go, finally. Give me these missiles. Oh, shit. That's not the direction I was trying to go in, thank you. Okay, another phase down. It's gonna charge. In fact, I changed my mind just because it keeps giving me refills, so I'm like, yeah, let's just use this. To burn a phase, right? That was kind of clean. Give me these missile drops. Thank you. Plasma, finally. Plasma's so fucking strong. Dude, I'm in the zone right now. Gigante flashbacks from Resident Evil. At least I'm assuming that's what you're referring to. Unless I misread. I gotta be careful of like my reflected Okay, it settled on wave. Which is good for me. Ice, great. I still think this this boss is pretty sick though. Even if it is kind of like the same patterns over and over again, right? It's the vibes. It's all about the atmosphere. Oh shit, I'm actually ass. Plasma. That was bad. Ow. I could be doing more to dodge these, I just... She's changing forms so quickly that I'm kind of struggling to keep up. I want that health drop, though. Yeah, ice. That was a solid land. We take those. I don't think I need missiles for the second phase at all. Just my visors, really. Or rather, it's good for defeating those Metroids that you can freeze and missile for a free kill. Whew. Okay. Phase 1 done. It's gonna be like a real-time 7 hours. In-game time is gonna be like 6? I'm very curious. I don't think I can touch this thing at all. Yeah, nice. Give me some health drops. It was a little early, but it panned out. Oops. Can you move? I think this is thermal. No, it's X-ray. Okay, I need... Yeah. Need to wait for him to spawn, or for her to spawn phase-on pools. I think this might be when the ads start spawning in. Okay. In fact, I'll take the scan. I think keeping Ice Beam equipped makes the most sense, just because it kills the ads. I didn't mean to strafe, I meant to jump. Okay. Which form are you in? Oh shit. I have more than enough health to like tank this though. I don't know why I keep changing Okay. Oops. Keep pressing wrong buttons. You're in real life. Yeah. I believe you will win. Appreciate the vote of confidence. Just mostly a matter of waiting for her to become vulnerable, you know? Nice double kill. X-ray. And that's my thing, is like some of these fights maybe would have put up more of a challenge in hyper mode, but at the same time, like this fight for instance, I'm like, what more can I really do, right? Okay. Right. It's mostly like kind of waiting around for vulnerable stuff. So my point is, like, if this boss had more health, I'm having trouble talking just because I'm trying to focus too. If this boss had more health, I feel like it would just be more tedious than anything. But are there benefits elsewhere? I don't know. Spongy bosses are kind of an issue with this whole trilogy. It's not like the end of the world or anything, but okay, are you in real life, or where are you? Oh yeah, you're in real life. Shit. I just totally squandered that. What? Where the fuck are you, dude? Ah. I'm not used to, like, hovering over the... Damn, if... Whatever, it's fine. Inefficiency is inefficiency. It's more just, like... I'm not used to the Metroid Prime, like, hovering over the pools that she spawns. It's, like... It's like, even when I'm switching visors and checking, I'm like... Where are you, though? Shitballs. Let go of me. Okay, cool. It's lit. Damn, sub 3.5 for the second half. We take those, though. It is a little unfortunate that you do have to scan everything to get the true 100% ending, because if it was just collectibles, I would consider going for that. But like otherwise, it's kind of like, well, you don't really need everything to beat the game, so it's kind of like, you know, you pick and choose, you pick up stuff along the way, kind of like I talked about last time. Pick up what you need along the way, and you should have more than enough. Oh, right, and there's no actual escape sequence, I forgot. Like, you don't actually play through it. Yeah, I'm out of water. That's alright, though. Nice. And we finally get to hear this amazing theme, which I wish was on the title screen for the trilogy. Unfortunate. But yeah, pretty lit. Not much more to say. I mean, I've played through this game several times. I kind of know where I stand with it. That was an incredibly efficient playthrough, all things considered. Some things I could have done better. I could have, like, certain boss fights I could have played better. Just play all around could have been better in terms of, like, platforming, especially. Like, I just missed more platforms this time around than my previous full playthroughs, I would say. Most of them. Some other things went, like, much more smoothly, though. Like, the Omega Pirate fight was kind of crazy. For my standards, at least. But now, next stream is going to be starting my second full playthrough of Metroid Prime 2. Ever. And yeah, kind of remains to be seen. How long did I spend? So in real time, around 7 hours. Because I think last stream was around 3.5, and this is sitting at around 3.5 now. But in-game time, I checked it last time, and it said 2.5 for my 3.5 session, so I'm wondering what the in-game time is going to say once we get our completion percentage and stuff like that. But I've also played through this game multiple times. Like, first full playthrough probably took me closer to 10 or maybe even 12, something like that. Yeah, it's not too bad. Considering I've only played this game all the way through, this is my third time. Fourth if you count the time where I stopped at the artifact hunt, but that was like years and years ago at this point. But yeah, I think like being able to traverse more of these places without having to refer to the map, which I'm getting closer to. You know, I took some wrong elevators and stuff like that. 14 days to finish Prime. Yeah, I think it'll be doable. I've never finished Prime 3 just because we'll get into it when I get to that game, but there's just certain design things that I don't like so much about it. So I don't really know realistically how long it would take, but like, let me think. Last time I stopped a little ways after the gore fight. Maybe I pushed a little bit further than that, but I didn't get to like Gandreda or anything like that. And it wasn't like for lack of like there being a specific point in the game where like I was stuck or anything. It's just like I just didn't want to play it anymore, basically. What do we got here? 60%. Damn, 5 hours, 18 minutes? Not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, considering my playthrough of the remaster was, I think, just shy of 8 hours, I want to say. It was like 750 something, somewhere around there. It's quite a bit of time saved. It's quite a bit of time save. And 60% without even really, like, trying is kind of nuts. I don't know why it does that. Sweet. Yeah. I did my best with the Samus amiibo. The Samus Me. The thing is, they didn't really have a great hairstyle for the Wii creator, but yeah. Yeah, so I guess they expect you to play it on normal or whatever to fill in this little dot here, but yeah. It's unfortunate it doesn't, like, say your time here, though. That's a little bit strange, but... Like, can you view your past runs or anything like that? I guess these streams are record enough to reflect back on. I think most of these you get in Prime 3. Yeah. Yeah, I just don't have the right colored things to... Oh, I can get the Prime 1 fusion suit. Sure. Why not? I wish there was more stuff like that you can unlock. As opposed to it mostly being like concept art and stuff like that. But it's all good. Cool. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Much shorter playthrough than I expected. Oh wait, it does show when you highlight over it. My webcam's covering the time, but yeah, 5:18 for your most recent run, I guess. Cool. Well, I'm gonna call it a night, or at least call it a stream. I'll be back Friday, start Prime 2, see if it's still my favorite in the trilogy, and, you know, where it would rank in my Metroid list. You know, as of now, it's certainly in the top 5, probably top 3. When I finished it for the first time a few years ago, I considered it, like, maybe my favorite overall. That was before Dread came out, of course, but yeah, we'll see. I'm very excited to play it again, though. There's so much that Prime 2 does so well. And I'm excited. And I hopefully can mitigate the frustration, given more game knowledge this time around, but yeah.